All right, for this question on the SAT number 6, it tells us that there's a formula that we use to predict the height of boys 2 to 5, and it says that formula is h equal to 3a plus 28.6. Now, if you look at this formula, it kind of looks a lot like the equation of a straight line, which is y equal to mx plus b. Okay, now this is the equation of a straight line. Let's kind of study what this means and how that can help us answer this question. If you look at a straight line, right, say that does this, okay, what this straight line is essentially doing and how that relates to this formula is it's saying that this b is your y-intercept, right? What does that mean? Well, that's just where the line cuts the y-axis, whether on top or it could also cut it at the bottom here. It doesn't matter. And then it says this m is your slope, meaning the rise over run of this line. So if I looked at this line and I said, oh, you know, it will rise by 1 every time it runs by, say, 3, then the slope of this will just be 1 over 3 because the rise over the run. So that's what the slope is. And so this is what it's doing every time. So if you look at this equation, essentially I can write the same formula they gave us in this question by saying, well, it seems like the y-intercept is going to be 28.6, right? It does that. And this 3 is your slope essentially. So if this is 3, it's essentially 3 over 1. When there's nothing at the bottom, you make it over 1. So essentially it's telling me it will rise 3 and to run 1. Okay, so this is the slope. Well, essentially what this is telling me, keeping in mind that for this question, this h is going to be here, the height, and the x-axis here is going to be the years, like the age of the boys. Well, essentially what this is saying is for every 1 year, the height of the boys goes up by 3, which is exactly what this is. For every 1 year, which is a slope, the height goes up by 3. And that's exactly what the question asks. So it says, based on the formula, what is the estimated increase in inches of the boy's height each year? Essentially, this slope of 3 has told us that. It's essentially told us that because if you truly understand the equation of a line setup, you know that the number in front of this a is your slope. And what does slope tell you? It tells you what happens in increments. So for every 1 year, it goes up by 3. And so to answer the question, the answer there is A, because essentially all you have to do is look at this equation and pull out the slope, because the slope is what's telling you what's happening in units, in every 1 unit. And the unit here is 1 year. Every year it goes up by 3, which is the number of inches for the boys. So the answer here is A.